She smiles at you. She laughs at your jokes. She touches your arm during conversation. And your mind, like the mind of almost every man, goes into overdrive, desperately trying to solve the puzzle. Is she just being friendly, just being polite? Or is there something more going on here? Is this polite? Or is this primal? This is the treacherous gray area where most good men get lost, miss their opportunity, and end up in the friend zone. Because here's a fundamental, often uncomfortable truth that they will not tell you in polite society. A woman's body has its own secret, ancient language, a language of lust that is entirely fundamentally different from the language of casual friendship. Her conscious mind, her social programming might be saying, let's just be friends, let's keep it appropriate, but her subconscious, her primal, honest self, often betrays her true, raw desires through subtle, almost invisible, yet undeniable physical tells. Today, I am not giving you vague tips. I am giving you an X-ray into her subconscious mind. I am revealing 5 specific, powerful, action-based body language signs of genuine, raw lust that most men are completely tragically blind to. Master the art of seeing these, and you will never confuse polite, platonic interest for raw, passionate desire again. And pay extremely close attention, because sign number 4 is the most powerful and most frequently misread signal of them all. This is how you gain absolute certainty. Now, before we get to the specific signs, you must first understand the subtle invitation principle. You must understand why her body becomes her primary messenger of desire. For a multitude of powerful reasons: deep-seated social conditioning, a legitimate fear of being judged or seen as easy, or the strategic need for plausible deniability. A woman will rarely, if ever, verbally express her raw, physical lust for you, especially in the early stages of an interaction. So what does she do? She outsources the risky job of expressing desire to her subconscious, to her body. Her body sends out these low-risk, subtle, deniable invitations, and it tests the waters. Her subconscious is asking 2 critical questions. Is he perceptive enough? Is he socially intelligent enough to pick up on these signals? And is he confident enough? Is he man enough to act on them appropriately? The man who can skillfully read this silent, secret language is instantly perceived as socially intelligent, confident, and deeply attuned to her. All incredibly powerfully attractive traits. You are no longer just another man. You are the man who understands the unspoken game. That is the game we are here to master. Lust sign number 1, the intimate triangular gaze. The tell. Her gaze pattern when she's talking to you changes from a friendly social triangle, eye to nose or forehead, to a distinctly more intimate, lustful triangle, eye to lips. This is often combined with her holding your gaze for a beat longer than socially normal, with softer, slightly heavier-lidded bedroom eyes. The potent psychology. The social gaze remains in a safe, non-threatening zone. The moment her eyes, even for a split second, drop down to your lips, her subconscious mind is betraying her. She is, in that micro-moment, thinking about kissing you, about the physical nature of your mouth. It is a powerful, almost always involuntary signal of physical desire. The prolonged, softer bedroom gaze signals a desire for intimacy and connection, not just a friendly conversation. Her eyes are undressing the situation. Contrast is key. Friendly eye contact is bright, sharp, and breaks away easily and often. Lustful eye contact is deeper, softer, more prolonged, and makes a clear, unmistakable journey to your mouth. Lust sign number 2, vulnerability and erogenous zone display. The tell. She unconsciously, and often repeatedly, exposes or touches vulnerable erogenous areas of her own body. This most commonly includes tilting her head to the side, to expose the smooth skin of her neck, lightly touching her collarbone or her throat area, slowly and sensually, running a hand through her own hair, or subtly touching, licking, or biting her own lips. The potent psychology. Exposing the neck is a primal, deeply ingrained signal of submission, trust, and vulnerability in many species, including our own. It's her subconscious saying, "I feel safe and vulnerable with you, and I am open to you." The act of self-touching these areas, lips, neck, collarbone, hair, is a form of unconscious self-soothing that arises from nervous, excited energy. But more importantly, it draws your attention, your gaze, directly to these erogenous zones, subconsciously highlighting her own sensuality. It is her body's way of saying, "Look here, think about this." Contrast is key. Nervous, anxious fidgeting is often jerky, fast, and random, e.g., picking at nails, tapping fingers. Lustful self-touching is typically slower, smoother, more deliberate, and almost always focused on these specific sensual areas of the body. Lust sign number 3, the invasion of personal space. The tell. She consistently, repeatedly finds reasons to break the normal personal space barrier and get significantly closer to you than is socially necessary or polite. Her entire body, feet, hips, torso, is squared up and aggressively oriented towards you. The potent psychology. Proximity is a direct, almost mathematical indicator of desire. The more we want someone, the closer we want to be to them. A woman who is just being friendly will maintain a respectful, comfortable, social distance. A woman who is feeling genuine lust will subconsciously, almost magnetically, try to shrink that distance, to increase the physical and sexual tension, to enter your personal space. Concrete examples. She accidentally leans in very close, so your heads are almost touching, to tell you something in a loud room when she could have just spoken up. She chooses to sit right next to you on a couch or at a booth when there are other, more distant seats available. She finds reasons for your knees or your shoulders to be touching. She is, in a very real sense, invading your space because she wants you to invade hers. Lust sign number 4, the lingering pressured touch, the ultimate test, the tell. This is the most frequently missed and most powerful signal. It's the accidental touch that isn't just a fleeting brush. It lingers for a split second too long, and often there is a moment of distinct pressure or stillness to it. The potent psychology. This is a powerful high-stakes compliance test, disguised as an accident. A friendly platonic brush is just an accident. A lustful touch is an accident with clear, unspoken intent. She is, on a subconscious level, testing your reaction with a physical probe. Do you pull away immediately, signaling discomfort or disinterest? Or do you hold the space, remain calm, and signal that you are receptive to this escalation? The subtle linger, the slight pressure, is her subconscious asking for your permission to proceed, and simultaneously gauging your confidence and your own desire. Dark psychology edge. This is a low-risk, high-reward probe with perfect plausible deniability. She can always deny it. Oops, so sorry. But your reaction, your micro-expression, your energy shift gives her all the data she needs. The man who recognizes the linger for what it is and responds with a confident, knowing smile or perhaps a light, reciprocal touchback passes her test with flying colors and signals that he understands the unspoken language. Lust sign number 5. The vocal shift. Her bedroom voice appears. The tell. The very quality of her voice, especially when she is speaking to you in close proximity or in a more private setting, subtly but noticeably changes. It often becomes distinctly lower in pitch, slower and more deliberate in tempo, and softer, almost breathier, in volume. It becomes more intimate, more sensual, more conspiratorial. The potent psychology. This is a powerful, largely involuntary physiological response to arousal and a desire for intimacy. A higher, more energetic, faster pitch is typically for social, friendly, platonic interaction. A lower, slower, huskier, more resonant tone is reserved for intimacy, for seduction, for the bedroom. She is, whether she knows it or not, subconsciously shifting into a more seductive mode of communication. She is trying to draw you into her intimate auditory bubble and create a more sensual atmosphere between you. Contrast is key. Listen to how she talks to a platonic male friend or a female friend or the bartender. Then listen very closely to the quality of her voice when she turns to speak to you in a quiet, close moment. If there is a noticeable drop in pitch, a slowing of her pace, a softening of her volume, her body is signaling a dramatic shift from friendly to lustful. Now, gentlemen, the master key to decoding all of this is not one of these signs in complete isolation. It is the cluster. One sign is a hint. Two is a strong indication. But when you see a powerful cluster of 3, 4, or all 5 of these signs happening consistently, when she is looking at your lips, touching her neck, leaning into your space so you can feel her warmth, her voice drops to that intimate tone, and she gives you that lingering touch on the arm. Gentlemen, it is not a question anymore. That is not friendship. That is not politeness. That is a screaming, unambiguous, non-verbal confession of her physical desire, of her lust. And in that moment, your job is not to overthink, not to second guess, and certainly not to ask for further permission. Your job as a confident, aware man is to lead. You must calibrate to her powerful signals, and you must confidently, smoothly escalate. Take her hand, lean in for the kiss, confidently invite her to a more private location. Her body has already given you the greenest of green lights. A confident man acts on it. The 5 unfakeable body language signs of her deep primal lust. 1. The intimate triangular gaze. Her eyes are on your lips. 2. The vulnerability and erogenous zone display. She's highlighting her sensuality. 3. The invasion of personal space. She desires physical proximity. 4. The lingering, pressured, accidental touch, her ultimate compliance test. 5. The vocal shift to a lower, slower, softer tone, her bedroom voice emerges. You are now a decoder of her primal, unspoken desire. In the comments section below, I want you to share your invaluable field intelligence. What is the single most powerful, most undeniable nonverbal sign of lust that you have ever personally witnessed from a woman? Let's build a master field guide to the unspoken language of desire for the entire community. Your insight could be another man's game changer. If this video just gave you a new, powerful level of perception, if it cleared up the fog of confusion between politeness and passion, share it. Help other good men stop missing the clear, powerful signals of desire that are right in front of them. For more forbidden knowledge on decoding female psychology, mastering the art of attraction, and understanding the unspoken, powerful language of desire, make sure you have absolutely obliterated that subscribe button and have activated all notifications. Your power of perception is waiting to be fully unleashed. Go out there and read the body. It never lies.